Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'll now convene the 6:30 evening session of City Council and ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Curtis.
Present.
Councilman Hobbs.
Present.
Councilman Moffitt.
Present.
Councilwoman Schmidt.
Here.
Councilwoman Sneed.
Here.
Councilman Tuck. Mayor Wallace.
Here. Councilmember Tuck is absent tonight. He's on a mission for his church, and so Council, he will not be able to attend tonight's meeting. Tonight's invocation will be given by Vice Mayor Curtis and will be followed. Oh, we're going to do the spotlight first? Okay. All right, now I ask to convene a spotlight on citizens and ask the clerk to read and call that roll. Tonight we are going to honor several Hampton restaurants in our art district. The most I'm trying to find the descriptive adjectives to think in the context of this is an asset we have in our community, and we have not done a very good job of letting the world know about it. And in spite of that, what we're going to honor and what we're going to talk about is immensely popular, and I think I'll use my favorite term. It's another jewel in Hampton's crown. So, Madam Manager, you want to introduce that?
Well, certainly, as you mentioned, Mayor, we are growing a great food culture in Hampton. We have some establishments that have been with us for a long time, and we have some newer establishments. And when you look at the range of restaurant opportunities in our community, they're really phenomenal. I mean, oftentimes we get asked, for instance, about can we get this national chain or that national chain, and certainly we welcome national chains. But I also try to remind people about the unique and authentic restaurants that we have in our community that are really spectacular, and many of them are attracting people from across the water, from the south side, to come over and dine in their restaurants routinely. As I said, some are older and have been here for a long time, and others are newer, and we really just wanted to highlight the great things going on in Hampton so that our residents know about the food culture that's growing in Hampton. We're also going to recognize our QVC personalities. I bet many of our residents don't know that we have not one but two QVC personalities in our community. And I know that they have both remarked to me and staff sometimes that they know that Hampton residents don't know that because Hampton residents will call QVC to order their product and pay the shipping to have it shipped back to Hampton. So we certainly want to help our Hampton residents with those shipping fees by letting them know about that. We have a lot of great restaurants in our community, as the mayor said, and so tonight we're just going to focus on those in our arts district. And that's not to say the others in the rest of our city aren't great, but we have a half hour, and so we'll get on with talking about those great restaurants, new and old, that are going on in our community and downtown in Phoebus and Fort Monroe this evening. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our spotlight on citizens in the community, MC Brian Marchese.
Thank you. Members of Council, City Manager Bunting, and City Attorney Valdegiuli. As the City Manager said, we have a lot of amazing local restaurants here in Hampton, and locally owned establishments that offer fresh, sometimes hand-picked ingredients are becoming the norm. It's not about the big chains anymore. It's about handcrafted meals. Our city boasts some many local favorites that have shown growth and gained popularity by providing signature dishes that are unique to the area. These restaurants keep the local flair alive and put a new twist on the old. It's the food that keeps locals coming and that makes the visitors want to come back to Hampton. These one-of-a-kind restaurants reflect a sense of place and offer an ambience, atmosphere, and authenticity that's uniquely Hampton. Indeed, if you do an online search for the best restaurants, you'll find that the top reviews on Yelp, TripAdvisor, Zomato, are those of the local restaurant. Reviews are written from visitors from Hampton, Newport News, Norfolk, Williamsburg, Richmond, all the way to California. From military members, convention visitors, tourists, and they're all being drawn to Hampton's restaurant scene. In an interview I did recently for our Choose Hampton campaign, Barking Dog and Dead Rise partner Sean Pape so aptly stated that Hampton is the final frontier in the restaurant and entertainment scene. People are starting to look to Hampton as the next up-and-coming place for food. So right now I'd like to invite Leonard Sledge, our Economic Development Director, to tell you a little bit more about some of Hampton's one-of-a-kind restaurants. Leonard?
Thank you, Brian. Good evening, Mayor Wallace, members of council, City Manager Bunting, City Attorney Val DeJulie. It's actually a great joy that I have here tonight to be able to share this information, because as it was highlighted earlier, there really is a great foodie culture here in the city of Hampton, and it grows day by day, month by month, and year by year. And while I would like to highlight every restaurant in Hampton today, we have only a limited amount of time, so instead we're going to focus on establishments in the downtown area and in the Phoebus area of the city, where we have created the new Hampton Arts District. Some of these restaurateurs have opened second locations to take advantage of our growing foodie reputation. People throughout Hampton Roads and beyond have taken note that Hampton is a great place to enjoy great food. Whether they serve seafood and steaks or hot dogs and sandwiches, they all do it with a great degree of flair and originality. Many of these restaurants contribute to the art scene in Hampton by offering art shows, live music, and even theater productions in addition to one-of-a-kind menu selections. You may even see a contestant from American Idol from time to time. And many of these restaurants work together to create and support fun events such as the New Year's Eve crab pot drop and the rolling of the bulls and the freaky Kon-Tiki, to name a few. Got it. I'd like to call up Mr. Carlisle Bland, who's the owner of both Marker 20 and Venture in downtown Hampton. As a side note, I had lunch at Venture today. It was a great shrimp meal. The chef and the staff there, they never disappoint. When Carlisle was featured in our Choose Hampton campaign, he said he enjoys keeping downtown a little odd. He's been behind events that live up to that criteria, such as the Rolling of the Bulls and the Slide the City event, helping to bring people a great downtown Hampton experience. When he's not thinking up quirky events, he's serving up great food at Marker 20. The crab Philly is phenomenal, by the way. Here are some of the restaurant's reviews from their diners. Love Saturday nights in the summer here. Great live music outside on the deck. My favorite spot in Hampton by far. The patrons and staff make everyone feel like a local. Carlisle is also doing something different with his second restaurant, Venture Kitchen and Bar. Serving adventurous food and artisanal pizza, reviews of his restaurant have been equally good. Venture represents everything I love about downtown, everything I hope downtown Hampton, will become. Hope they inspire other creative foodies to open up shop in downtown. The place is hip and the chef inspired. Don't be taken back by their pizza-focused menu. They have daily specials, amazing drinks, and good shareable appetizers. And my wife and 3 children, and this is me speaking personally, they love the tots. So Carlisle, would you please share with us a few thoughts?
Sure. Members of council.
Carlisle, good evening and welcome.
Excuse me?
I said good evening and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us here. Didn't quite know what I was going to speak about, but after having Marker 20 for, 2016, 14 years, and now we're working on the 3.5 year of Venture, we love downtown, and we love doing business in Hampton. And the one thing we want to see, me and my wife, is more restaurants, more activity, more things happening downtown in Phoebus, and my friend Sean and Gary are doing a great job with Dead Rise, and Peter with Tap House and Conch and Bucket, and Dana and Phil with the Grey Goose, and now the new donut shop. I think we're starting to build a synergy, and with the new courthouse going in place, so I think there's a lot of opportunities for things that we can develop in the space we have to develop downtown, so I'm always a champion for that. Plus, I'll have some more weird events for you this year, and I apologize in advance. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlisle. Another dual restaurant owner downtown is Peter Pittman, owner of Tap House and the Conch and Bucket. Some would say Tap House is a bar with fabulous food. Others would say a restaurant with an awesome bar. Either way, 37 rotating draft selections, fabulous food, and live music make for a great dining experience at the Tap House. As one reviewer from Alexandria, Virginia put it, the Tap House is one of the oldest buildings in Hampton, and the bar is loaded with so much old world charm that it harkens back to the days of sailors and schooners. Within moments, I could see that we were in a local's favorite hotspot. Peter's second restaurant in downtown is the Conch and Bucket, which serves dinner, Sunday brunch, and a somewhat famous shrimp and grits. Look for casual but classy dining and a cozy fire pit out back. The fire pit area is one of the best kept secrets in the city of Hampton. It is truly amazing. Reviewers have said, great food in an awesome venue. Don't walk out without trying the mac and cheese. The other date place on this side, our favorite, date place on this side of the water. Wonderful food, wonderful service, definitely a HHG, Hampton Hidden Gem. Hope to return for more of the same, and that was from someone in Virginia Beach. Sean Pape, Gary McIntyre, and Joe Isles are the owners and operators of the Dead Rise and the Barking Dog restaurant. Sean Pape calls it the best little hot dog joint in Virginia, perhaps the only little hot dog joint featured on Distinction magazine. Menu items go beyond hot dogs to crab cakes and fish tacos, but you can't miss those amazing dogs like the Carolina barbecue dog, the Seattle dog, or my absolute favorite, the kamikaze dog. Yes, the kamikaze dog. Sean and his partners have reinvigorated this Kecoughtan location where regulars come by car or boat for open-air waterfront dining. Here is some customer praise for the Barking Dog. I love, love, love the Barking Dog. So good the hot dogs make you want to howl at the moon. This, no, I'm not going to howl for you. This is a fantastic spot. I can get a hot dog topped with wasabi mayo and nori. That is something worth crossing the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel for. One of the only places in Hampton that I can get to via paddleboard. The Dead Rise. When you've created a following, people will go off the beaten path for great food. Pape and McIntyre, and their next venture with a new partner, Joe Isles, brought Hampton seafood to one of the best views in Hampton Roads at the historic Fort Monroe. Reviewers tout the sunset was fantastic, service was excellent, enjoyed the waterfront scenes. There is some real talent working in the kitchen here. Get out of the traffic on the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel got out of the traffic on the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and stopped by here on a whim to check it out and was not disappointed. You have to try the seafood burrito from my own personal experience. Not far from the Dead Rise, we have Cat Kane.
Leonard.
Yes.
Mr. Pape is here, so you might want to.
Mr. Pape, would you like to come up and say a few words? And I have to admit, Mr. Pape and I have known each other since Little League Baseball at Mallory, and so it's with great pleasure to see him doing great things here in the city of Hampton.
Sean, thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you. First thing I wanted to say was two things. Brian is really talented. I've done 2 videos for the city, and no matter how ridiculous I sound, when I'm sitting in the audience watching these videos that he produces, I'm like, did I say that? So he does an excellent job, and he should be commended for that. And the other thing I wanted to be clear that I stated was the Hampton's economic development. Without the money, the grants, the guidance, we wouldn't be here. So I don't know how y'all fund that, or if, my point is keep giving them money because they're spending it wisely and it helps people create tax revenue, jobs, and, that's why I'm here because of them. So that's the 2 things I wanted to talk about. I'm born and raised here, lived here the majority of my life. And other thing I'll say before I go is we hired away a chef from Richmond and a chef from Virginia Beach. So you got people who are leaving these cities that, to come to Hampton. And I just think that says a lot about what's going on here in the city. And we're thrilled to be here. We're going to do more things. And I see Brandy over there with the new donut shop. And it's a community. I mean, we can go to Carlisle. Brandy comes to us. If they have any questions, we all work together. And just whatever y'all are doing as a city and economic development, just keep doing it. We're thrilled to be here. So, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Not far from the Dead Rise, Kat Kane and Josh Stivers have created a Phoebus Gym. The Point at Phoebus is a farm-to-table restaurant, and yes, the shrimp bangers are back. Whether it's the shrimp and grits, chicken and waffles, or sweet potato fries, the Point brings you excellent and innovative coastal food. Customers have said the house blend cheese perfectly complements the chuck and short rib ground beef burger. The shrimp and grits is delicate where it needs to be and robust when that is right. If I lived in Phoebus or Hampton, I'd want to hang out every Friday night. What a find in Phoebus. You have to love farm-to-table places, and this one is serious. The names of the local farms they have sourced from are prominently displayed when you walk in the door. We'll be back when in the area again. Kat, would you like to come up and share a few thoughts for us?
Kat, thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Josh and I are so excited to be here and to be a part. And everybody's like, when, Kat, you've been here and there was nothing when you started in Phoebus. And I said, no, but there will be. We want to go ahead and get the level set so when people come in, this is what it will be. And it's happening. It's so exciting because they're like, the competition, what about that? I'm like, it is not a competition. Like Scott said, the more you have, the more people come. And as we get out, people will be, oh, just like Ghent was. And people will come here from Northern Virginia, like, oh, you have to go down to Hampton, you have to hang out at Phoebus. It'll be a whole day, and then they'll come back. And I'm really proud to be a part of with you guys and what we're doing here, making a huge difference in this community. And thank you all for what you do and how you support us. Truly, truly thankful. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Kat. Back in downtown, Dana and Philip took over the Grey Goose, a restaurant with local roots that have kept tradition alive with their delicious ham biscuits, blue crab soup, and Brunswick stew. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the dessert case. Truly a work of art. They've also made it their own by expanding the menu, adding Philip's cupcakes and other dessert items, and offering dinner and a show featuring original musicals and cooking classes. Online mentions of the Grey Goose include this quaint and unique local downtown Hampton, Virginia restaurant pleases the taste buds. Oh, and I can't forget the pie. The best cupcakes on the peninsula. I don't know what kind of icing they make, but it is perfect in every way. Would the Epstein's mind coming up just to share a few words?
We really wanted you to come on down.
Come on down.
Thank you very much for being
Thanks
here.
for having us. Oh, well, there's that. So that's a lovely scene from our I Love Lucy dinnertainment. You never know what's going to happen at the Grey Goose. We are excited to be going into our 34th year downtown. Philip and I bought the restaurant 8 years ago, and we look to have another 34 years, hopefully, as business owners. We're diversifying, doing some fun things. We do the dinnertainment. We do a lot of catering, both on and off-site. And starting tomorrow, Friday night, I have cooking classes. My very first class is sold out, and I'm thrilled. So just some fun, exciting, different things. We're really excited about where downtown Hampton's going, and especially our part of downtown Hampton. And the lights look great. Thank you.
One of the newest additions to downtown to burst on the scene in December is Glazed Donuts, owned by Brandy Fertitta and Keith Ayote. With cake and yeast donuts featuring flavors like key lime, salted caramel, maple bacon, can you just smell the aroma, and rosemary lemon, not to mention coffee from local Hampton roaster Rogue Elephant. A self-proclaimed donut snob reviewer said, I just moved back from Austin where the donuts are outlandish. Let me tell you, Glaze kills it. But we can't stop there. I have to give a quick mention to these other great restaurants in the district. Brandy, that was a great dozen donuts that I picked up this morning to take into my team. You're never disappointed. And for everyone who's concerned about Krispy Kreme, they are being redeveloped into a brand new building. But in the meantime, you can get your donut fix at Glazed in downtown.
Leonard, I have to interrupt too, and they may want to come say something as well, but you can't forget the crab donut. because, you know, it doesn't sound like it goes together, but I'm an adventurous person, so I tried the crab donut, and it is out of this world good. And so there's all sorts of adventurous donuts, and don't be shy about trying them.
Crabtown, you got to have a crab donut.
Come on down. And while she's coming down, I'll relay the fact that this morning they had put on for us and our police department coffee with a cup. And I only had 3 donuts. And I hope my wife's not watching. And they were absolutely fantastic. Brandy?
I just wanted to thank everyone for their welcoming support and the other local restaurant owners helping out, like especially Sean and Carlisle. Without their support and guidance, I wouldn't have made it. And to the great staff that I have, and I couldn't have done it without them, and especially Alan, the head donut maker. I wouldn't have those great donuts without him. And to all the people that I recognize that have been there and regularly. And that's really about it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Glazed Donuts neighbor, Luis Ortega, owner of La Bodega on Wine Street, offers delicious sandwiches, wines, and cheeses. La Bodega hosts benefits to support local nonprofits. If you catch him on the right day, you might even find Luis, an accomplished pianist, sitting down, tickling the ivories. One of La Bodega's reviews, never to be disappointed at La Bodega. And I don't believe Luis is here this evening, but we're so thankful again for what he's doing. Randy Holtman of the Old Town Tavern in Phoebus serves seafood favorites, burgers, soups, and salads, and their live music keeps customers coming back. Some of the Old Town reviews say, what a great time at the Old Town Tavern on Mellon Street. And I don't believe Randy is here this either. Okay, thank you. Davis Leonardo, owner of Papa Cicio's, has begun a new venture for the Leonardi family, who also owns Mama Rosa's. Both restaurants feature traditional Italian family recipes. We have Teresa Sears has created Stillwater Tavern, a mellow sports bar and grill with seafood burgers and other eats, plus poker, pool, karaoke, trivia, and painting classes. Karen Benson and Chris Jacobson, owners of the Victorian Station, and Eva Francis of the Black Dog at Victorian Station in Phoebus, have been named by Veer magazine as the best open mic night in Hampton Roads for 2 years running. The Black Dog at Victorian Station is a live music hotspot and a place for great coffee, breakfast, and lunch. Goody Goodman, owner of Goodies in downtown. Goodies is a local favorite for classic deli sandwich. A lot of meat in between those 2 pieces of bread. Live music and a football game. Chong Kim of Musashi Japanese restaurant. Musashi is a quaint Japanese, Korean, and sushi restaurant downtown that has a reputation for reminding our military community of their time abroad. Chris Glover, owner of Six Little Bar Bistro. Six is a unique tapas restaurant that adds to the charm of Phoebus. Its ambiance and seasonally changing menu are not to be missed after a show at the American Theater. And 2 of our restaurateurs are actually now national television food stars, having garnered attention for their success. The Mango ladies, Lakeisha Brown Renfro, Tanisha Willis, and Nzingo Tuele Hekima, are an inspiration to many with their party in a jar mango preserves. When they appear on national TV, whether Shark Tank rerun or QVC, they quickly sell out of their Mango-licious preserves. Continuing to gain exposure for themselves in Hampton, they will be featured on a spinoff, Beyond the Tank, on ABC. In addition to mango preserves, they've recently opened the Simply Panache Nail Bar and Pedicure Spa, and just this month, on New Year's Day, opened a restaurant. And here's a quick sample of reviews from Mango Cafe, which is a French Creole neo-soul cuisine bistro. It's a foodie's heaven. The fried green tomatoes were the best I have had in Hampton Roads, second only to a very, very pricey restaurant in Richmond. Great food, fresh, great service, great decor, obviously an all-around great dining experience, 100% recommended. And that was from a diner from Norfolk. And I have to say also, the carrot cake is absolutely tremendous, along with the salmon. Our other national,
Leonard,
yes.
Before you move on, that crab cake sandwich they actually have on their menu called the Choose Hampton sandwich.
Yes.
So they've adopted our development theme. So want to give a big shout out to that.
That is absolutely correct, and thank you for reminding us of that. And speaking of crabs, our other national TV star is Mr. Johnny Graham. The same family has owned Graham and Rollins for 4 generations since 1942. One of the largest crab processors on the East Coast, its Old Point Comfort crab meat is a hallmark of quality. As a matter of fact, this summer while traveling with my family to Atlanta, Georgia, we were in the DeKalb Farmers Market, and I was pleased to see Graham and Rollins crab meat. Wonderful. Winners of QVC's Best Seafood Award and Coastal Virginia Magazine's Best of the 757 Seafood Market Award for the past 2 years, their television appearances have provided a new outlet and spiked sales for the company. Here is what people are saying. My husband and I thought the Graham and Rollins lobster and crab cakes were better than any we have had at high-end restaurants. My husband told me to get it on auto delivery, which he has never asked me to do, so you know they are good. Another reviewer said, used to sell blue crabs for a living. These cakes are the freshest I've tasted since. Not much filler, sweet lumps of crab, and to us, perfectly seasoned. Johnny embodies Hampton's heritage, and his personality sells the crab cakes and the lobster crab cakes. The fresh quality is seen in the QVC videos of crabs being brought in from boats and steamed. The popular crustacean sensation sells out quickly when featured. Locals need not to order online, but rather head to the Hampton Seafood Market and Restaurant at Armstead and Bassett Street to get a very, very good, delicious crab meat. Johnny, would you mind coming up and sharing a few words for us?
Good evening, Johnny, and welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to come in here and speak tonight. Totally not planned, but I know I'll be brief. There's 2 things that are factual. 1, I like to eat a lot, and 2, I'm not a chef. And I've had an opportunity to go on QVC now for 6 years and promote our brand and our products and so forth. And the QVC buyers I've got their attention now. They're interested in growing Graham Rollins brand and continuing that success story, and they're always looking for new products and new ideas. And I offer this because of the people that are in the audience here tonight. Again, I'm not a chef, and I'm always looking and willing to engage with whomever with new prospects, new ideas, new opportunities, because the sky really is the limit with this company. Not my company, but with QVC and their outlet that they have to offer. It's been a blessing to be able to go on TV and sell product and recognize Hampton and actually do video with Hampton on national TV. And we had a great time this summer doing we had a drone out on the Chesapeake Bay taking video footage of a boat pulling traps and overreaching downtown Hampton and our plant and so forth. So, you know, I'm blessed, and I'm happy to engage with whoever or whatever ideas anybody may have. I'm actually working on the crustacean sensation part 2 now, putting crab and shrimp together. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight.
And Johnny, maybe we can have that conversation about a seafood festival in downtown Hampton as well. As Brian said earlier, these are some of the restaurants that reflect the sense and place and authenticity which Hampton has to offer. The reviews speak to this new frontier in Hampton, like this one in Yelp, which says, I'm starting to venture more and more out into the peninsula, so I decided to try this spot out with a friend. I must say that this is a very great find in the Phoebus area. Wow, what a great decision. And I went here with a friend after finding it on Yelp. Wow, what a great decision. We thank these restaurateurs for their decision to choose Hampton. And if I did not have the opportunity to call on you to come up and say a few words, and you are among the restaurants that we've mentioned this evening, if you would just please stand at this time so that you can be recognized. Just wanted to make sure that we did not miss anyone. All right. That's it. Thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you also again, restaurants, for choosing Hampton.